All right, so we're gonna start with this video first.
Don't understand that a woman needs to cry. Crying actually makes your body release oxytocin and other hormones that make you feel good. They're frustrated because they think that you're taking it too far in your head and they're trying to convince you that you don't have to get that upset. So they're frustrated that they don't know how to help you. They think that you're being dramatic, but they don't understand that it's actually an emotional release. It's a physical release. Men need to realize that crying actually helps you release emotions quicker than if you didn't cry. Another reason that people cry though is as a way to express their need for empathy and for bonding. So if your woman is crying, then either she's emotionally regulating, she's self-regulating, or she's looking for empathy. So the last thing you should do is be upset. All you need to do in that situation is, are you okay?
What's wrong? What
What's
can I
wrong?
do? Yeah.
And she might just say, I just needed to cry. Sometimes a woman just needs a good cry, and it feels amazing after. Unfortunately, society tends to frown upon boys crying. It's actually a really healthy form of emotional regulation.
All right, so now let's dive deeper into it. Let's begin.
We want to see ourselves as an investigator, and stop taking the little signals that people send us and disregarding them. So what are the topics that they try to avoid, right? People tend to avoid activities that make them feel insecure or vulnerable. Maybe they don't want to talk about the dad. Maybe they don't want to get in the swimming pool. You get what I'm saying? That's an example. Maybe they don't want to talk about religion. Maybe they don't want to talk about their ex. Maybe they don't want to talk about feminism because it offends them. Maybe they don't want to talk about Trump because it offends them. All of those avoidance are glimpses into their psychology. And the problem is that they all just look like one puzzle piece. And so they just look irrelevant. So that's why we really don't take it into consideration. But what I'm asking you is to have a board of everyone. You know how how I talked about in the video how investigations usually have like an investigation board. And this investigation board, let me show you right here. Investigation board evidence, right? This investigation board allows them to see the issue, the problem, what's going on, and it gives you a different perspective. Just having an investigation board per se, right? And in this case, this investigation board right here is the information that you know about the person. Okay, this person likes to play basketball right here. This person hates LeBron. This person loves Larry Bird. This person doesn't like modern art. This person likes old school art. This person likes to look at, likes to study the 70s, and then this person hates the 90s. You know, like an example, like a psychological evaluation. And in isolation, they mean nothing. But when you put it together and you just consciously just keep things in your mind, a picture's gonna add up. And the thing is, you're not gonna make the connection. That's a problem. You're not gonna make that connection. You're not gonna say, okay, what is this? Eureka. No, one day you're gonna be showering and your unconscious mind is gonna create those connections because you're putting it, and your brain just creates connections. It's always creating connections. And the important one will surface at your conscious level. Just be aware. You don't have to do much with the information. Just be conscious that, oh, wow, I'll talk about their ex. They look down. They don't like to talk about it. Oh, wow, I'll talk about their dad. And maybe they start crying a little bit. Interesting. And that's it. And your brain and your unconscious mind will do all the work. Okay? So remember, train yourself to listen. That to me is the most important part. You got to train yourself to pay attention to these cues. People are always sending these cues. And how do you pay attention? Like I said, develop a meditation practice. Meditation will increase your empathy. Your empathy will increase your ability to pay attention to these unconscious signals. Your empathy will give you the attention and the focus and the desire to pay attention. This is not about being sneaky. This is simply about wanting to learn, wanting to do this. And the best way to do this is to have compassion. Have empathy. And the best and quickest way to increase your empathy is to develop a meditation practice, or check out a Vipassana 10-day retreat. Check out the book The Power of Now, or purchase my online course, like I always say. But the point is that what it does is that it lowers your mental activity, increases compassion, and you're able to pay deeper attention to the unconscious signals that people send out. It's just that simple. Plain, it's as simple as that, people. increase your meditation practice, your ability to notice those little things will increase. Just like you're able to notice the little functions in your brain now when you meditate, you're able to notice more details. You're able to notice more variations between emotions. You don't just say, I feel sad. You could also sense sadness. You sense anger. You sense resentment. You sense more hues of colors, if that makes any sense. And so this ability will also increase with other people, where you're able to sense things about them at a visceral level. So you got to keep an open mind when you're listening to people and focus more on their nonverbal cues than verbal. There are so many people. For example, I was talking to someone a few weeks ago, and they were talking really nervous. They were like, yeah, I was like, they were talking about how they had to quit school and they were really sad about it. And they were telling me how it really sucked, and they were like, yeah, it was, but I don't mind, I don't mind leaving. I mean, I'm kind of happy with it, but so it's kind of, she was sending me mixed signals. She quit school, but she says she's happy. So I'm paying attention. I'm like, oh, you're happy? Okay, all right. Like those types of things, like most people would have just assumed that the words were the truth because they're not looking at the nonverbal cues. Okay. So train yourself to listen, and because they're going to reveal things about themselves through conversation. One, especially if they think that you don't know them, or if they think you don't know their social circle, right? Or if they think that they're never going to see you again, that's when people reveal secrets. Train yourself to pay attention to the details, right? Notice how do they tip the waiter? Do they tip them a lot? What delights this person? What are their favorite things to do when they're bored? What do they prefer to do? How do they react to when they have power over someone? How do they react to when somebody has power over them? Like, for example, you'll notice that when people have power, they might get corrupted, but when they have no power, all of a sudden they become sycophants or people pleasers. Understanding those contrasts will give you a good understanding of their psychological ranges, right? And the problem is that people just don't investigate this. They don't really pay attention. And I'll be honest with you, if there was someone in your life that did this, just assume, you'd be a little cautious around them. But because you assume no one does this, you're not careful. So you're able to let things go a little bit more. You're able to say things, but if actually someone was paying attention to you, they will really know you inside out if they were actually paying attention to you. Now, if you guys enjoy this type of content, check out my course, Dark Game, or like I like to call it now, the Complete Man. It's a course that I created for guys who have no idea how to get women in their lives. As you guys can see, I have attracted a life that brings women into my life. I do a lot of social events, art events, meditation events, and I don't do that to get women, but what I notice is that it gets women into your life, right? And in this course, I teach you guys how to do this. I teach you, so that means even if you're friend zone, if you're the type of person that lacks assertiveness, if you were raised by a single mom and you didn't know how to get women, well, this is the course for you. It teaches you how to overcome approach anxiety, how to take action, because a lot of the times you watch these videos and you don't know how to take action, how to break patterns, how to build social circle, a pickup artistry course, right? Understanding your dark side, a bunch of things that helps a guy improve their dating life, right? Where we talk about how to find your purpose, female nature, the mindset game, the outer game, right? How to get her number, how to damage control, how to create competition, first date, using vulnerability, online games, social circle game, how to get threesomes. I mean, the whole shebang bang, right? And the beauty about this course is that there's a 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you could just let me know and get a refund. There's the basic course, which is $99, and then there is the one with the bonuses, like that I just read to you. So just look through the sales letter, and there's actually some free clips that you guys can watch, right? I think so, right? No, there isn't, but yeah, just look at it. Let me know if you what you guys think of it. You just give it a try. If you don't like it, I will give you your money back. I've always given people refunds. So yeah, man. Hopefully, I can see you guys inside, and let's get back to the video.